arch and the mechanics of the arch in stone. Now, I remember when I was a kid and they said, we were talking about Roman civilization, like what the Romans invented the arch. I remember the teachers telling us that, and I was like, well, the arch is just like a curved opening. The top is curved. What's the big deal about that? That's just like a design thing. Did it take some genius to come along and say, instead of having a straight across opening, we'll have a curved opening? That didn't seem like that big an achievement that it would be in the history books. Until much later, when I started working with stone, and I realized, well, it's not just a visual, it's not just a decorative thing. There's a whole, it's a structural thing, yeah, because one of the biggest challenges of building a building in stone is how do you cover it? How do you have a roof? How do you, because like I said, the walls you can just stack up those Lego or like those wooden block type shapes. You can just stack them up as high as your lifting technology enables you to do. But how do you get across? How do you make a roof in stone? Without the arch, you're stuck with long pieces, right? Like bridging from one column to another, like a bridge. And not only is that really stinky in terms of like, you have to have supports. You have to have a million columns in the middle of the building to hold up all those, because you're limited in how long a piece you can get. A piece like as long as this table, that's like a really long piece in those days, because they, like I said, how they got the stone out of the ground, it was a real challenge for them. And the longer the piece, the more vulnerable it is to breaking while you're getting it out. So unless you have like columns every 15 feet, you can't really cover with slabs horizontally. So what those guys discovered was they could cut a series of small stones and use the arch, the mechanics of the arch, to cover a longer span without so many supports in the middle. I mean, there's columns in the cathedral for sure, but they're far, far apart compared to like what you'd need if you were just going to span them with one solid single piece. And that's one of the biggest developments that that's why the Roman invention was so amazing.